About Time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to everyone who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and encourage others to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Shout out to my guy Mark Nash. Please support his channel. Super shout out, salute to my guy Rebel Life Boxing. Please y'all support his channel too. Nate's Boxing Nation, Hustler's Home. Shout out to New Media. I'm trying not to make this video too long. I know I haven't put up any videos in a while, but I've been dealing with some family things. I lost my grandmother and my mother was in the hospital, so I was dealing with some things like that, but I appreciate everybody who sent their condolences, so I appreciate y'all. All right, so you got the 28th, Gervanta Davis and Rolando Romero. So you got Romero, 26 years old. Tank is 27. Rolly is 14-0 with 12 knockouts. Tank is 26-0 with 24 knockouts. Now, there's been a lot of people, on my Twitter and, on my Facebook and stuff talking about, Rolly gonna knock Tank out. This is one of the things where I talk about where people don't pay attention to styles. Styles make fights, and a lot of people don't pay attention to the styles and how they do and don't translate, in the ring. Do Rolly Romero got a puncher's chance? Yes. But you got to look at, and now we're not talking about this is not no cherry picking type thing like the stuff that Canelo doing, picking somebody because they got fewer fights and you think that they're, inexperienced. Rolly Romero is an awkward fighter. Nobody's not going to deny that. But do he have the experience? No. No, he does not have the experience. You can't compare this to Canelo and Bivol. Bivol has an extensive amateur background, so he has experience. Rolando Romero don't have an extensive amateur background. So, and I'm saying that to say, so, when he lose the Tank, I don't want to hear people saying, oh, well, he picked up boxing late. He didn't, he made his pro debut in, 2016. The Tank turned pro in 2013. Yeah, Tank made his pro debut, February, I think February 22nd of 2013. And Rolly made his pro debut, I think it was December 2016. I don't remember the actual date. But now here's the thing. Now, when Gervanta Davis made his pro debut, I think his first 8 fights he won by knockout. His first 8 fights he won by knockout. And people he wasn't on nobody's radar at that time. And then he fought German Miraz, I think in 2014, and he beat him unanimous decision. And when he won that fight, unanimous decision, of course, when you're knocking everybody out, people don't say nothing. You win unanimous decision and people questioning everything. It's typical. But then after he fought German Miraz, his next 16 fights, he won by knockout. Then he fought Isaac Cruz, hurt his hand, had to finish the fight with one hand. Everybody said he lost. So, Rolly made his pro debut December 2016. He won his first 4 by knockout. Then he fought somebody named Javier Martinez, I believe. Then he won that by unanimous decision. Then his next 6 fights, he won by knockout. And then he fought Jackson Marinez. Now, if y'all going to be, honest about this whole thing, if y'all going to say Tank lost to Isaac Cruz, Rolly Romero lost to Jackson Martinez. And then, of course, we know his next 2 fights were against relatively unknown people, and he won those by knockout. But he lost to Jackson Martinez, and y'all know it. Even the commentators saw that. They was like, yo, this is what happened. They said, what fight was the judges watching? But they gave him that fight even though he clearly lost it. It was just like when Oscar De La Hoya fought Felix Stern. And Felix Stern beat Oscar with a jab, just beat him. But they still gave the fight to Oscar to set up the De La Hoya Hopkins fight. And even when Danny Garcia fought, I want to say Lucas Matisse, but I'm not sure. It wasn't him. No, he fought Lucas Matisse on the Mayweather Canelo undercard. But Danny Garcia fought, who was that guy? I can't remember the guy's name that he fought in Puerto Rico, but he beat Danny Garcia. But they still gave that fight to Danny. Now, I know a lot of y'all saying, well, Tank lost to, Isaac Cruz. But just like I said before, see, Gervonta Davis don't get credit for his skill and his ability to be able to box. Rolly Romero can't box. He can't. And he telegraphs every punch. Nah. And he throw every punch like he trying, he telegraphing, and he throwing every punch with power. You throwing every punch with power, you will burn out. And he burnt out in that fight with Jackson Martinez. He did. That's why he started fighting dirty, started leaning the elbow on him and all that kind of stuff. And the referee had to, warn him. Harvey Dock had to warn him, like, yo, stop doing that. But he started fighting dirty because he knew he was, the boy was getting out on him. Jackson Martinez was getting out on him. But just like I said before, a lot of people are, most people, they so used to, most people who claim to be boxing fans are not even really fans. They're just a fan of whoever's hot. So when Tank had this reputation for knocking everybody out, everybody want to watch this little mini, as they call him, mini Mike Tyson. That's southpaw, knocking everybody out. So when people watching his fights, they're not watching the boxing ability that he displays that leads up to the knockout. They're not. Because the only thing they remember is the knock. You see how he knocked him out? When you hear people talk about his fight with Santa Cruz, they don't talk about the boxing ability he displayed leading up to that. He caught him with that uppercut. That's all they talk about. They don't pay attention. See, those of us who really respect, being inside that ring, and who know what it's like to be in that ring, and who really respect the sweet science, you don't just watch a fight. And same thing with Mike Tyson. When people was watching Mike, they was only waiting for the knockout. They wasn't watching his defensive technique, the way he would slip shots and all that kind of stuff. They just was the knockout. Oh, you seen him knock that boy out with this? He hit him with that uppercut. That's it. They only remember the punch that knocked the person out, but they don't watch none of the skill that's displayed leading up to the knockout. And that's the thing with Gervonta Davis. Nobody's not watching the skill that he displays that leads up to the knockout before he end up knocking him out. They just waiting. They watch the fight. They just watch the fight, and they just waiting for the knockout to come. Then when the knockout come, then everybody on the knockout bandwagon like, yeah, you seen Tank knock that boy out. But then when he in the fight where he, couldn't knock the dude out, whether he was hurt or not, but he had to actually box and display boxing skill. He had to box through the fight. Now all of a sudden, he ain't nobody. Nobody said that about Lomachenko when he fought Jorge Linares, or when he fought Richard Comey to a draw. Nobody questioned his power or his ability to stop people or his skill. Nobody questioned none of those things. Even when Tank stopped Gamboa. Oh man, it took him all that time to get Gamboa out of there. Gamboa is a lot tougher than people give him credit for. You got to remember, this is the same Yorkers Gamboa who was giving Terrence Crawford problems in their fight. But I guess we forget about that. That type of stuff we don't see. We don't pay attention to that stuff. So, but because Tank ain't get rid of him in 2 rounds and all that, and then if he'd have got rid of him in 2 rounds, everybody have been saying, oh well, it's Gamboa, he washed up. But then now he couldn't even get a washed up Gamboa. Like, come on, man. Some of y'all got to make up y'all mind. And then y'all talking about Rolly Romero. Who has he beaten? What name is on his resume that stands out? Because even the people that Tank fought, who y'all claim now is nobody, now all of a sudden, Leo Santa Cruz is too small, he wasn't this, wasn't that. All of a sudden, Mario Barrios never was a threat, he never had it. I mean, it don't matter who he fights. It doesn't matter. But if Lomachenko was beating these same guys, he be getting praised for it. Loma fought Jose Pedraza. Won by unanimous decision. Went the distance. Tank knocked Jose Pedraza out. But Tank still has stuff to prove. He didn't prove nothing. But when Loma beat him, he's great. We don't know if Tank can really be great or not. He still got to prove things. But Loma fought the same guy, and all of a sudden, yeah, you can just tell. This is just signs. This kid is going to be great. He's something special. But Tank is not. Gervonta Davis is special. He is special. Whether y'all want it, see, this is the thing. I always say this. Whether I like a fighter or not, if they're good or have the potential to be great, I will give them their credit. Because you can't deny it. Look at all these people that's on the Jaron Ennis bandwagon now. And I'm going to save that for another time. But when I was telling everybody how good this kid is, and he's on, he need to do this, he need to do that, blah, 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 all that. Like, come on, man. And shout out to my guy Doughboy, man. I'm still here, man. I'm around. And shout out to everybody who, really rock with me, who's been patient with me, and watch, and watch my content every time. You know what I'm saying? Wentworth Richardson, The Real Deal, Raw Dog, Doughboy, Kofi's Universe, it's a lot of y'all that I can't, remember by name, but trust me, I'm talking about y'all too. Y'all know who y'all are. But, like I said, when Gervonta Davis walks Rolando Romero down, and I'm not saying that, it's not going to be, it's not going to be no first round, second round knockout. Nah. Because Rolly is awkward, and he's going to make the fight dirty. Because that's his chance at surviving. He's going, he's awkward. He's going, he's going to get dirty. He's going to try to, wrestle Tank down and all that. But remember, everybody said Tank shouldn't go up to 140 to take on Barrios. Because they said Barrios was too strong, too big. Barrios and Rolando. But see, Rolly and his team, his trainer Cromwell, they focusing on power. Power don't win fights. Skills do. And a lot of times, just because you throw a punch hard don't mean that you a hard punching fighter. Because you can throw a punch hard, but it don't mean nothing. It's the accuracy. See, even when I used to train people, I used to tell them, don't worry about throwing a punch hard. Worry about throwing a punch right. When you throw the punch the correct way, the accuracy, the power, everything that you need will be right on the punch. You don't have to load up and burn yourself out when you throwing the punches the right way. And Gervonta Davis is technically sound. He's a technically skilled fighter, and he does not get credit for that. And I see why. Because of all of the knockouts he got. He got 24 knockouts. He got over a 90%. His knockout ratio is over 90%. Rolly's knockout ratio look high because, he only got 14 fights and 12 of the people he knocked out. So yeah, on paper the knockout ratio look high, but when you look at the facts, Y'all really think he's going to get in there? His chance, I'm telling y'all, his chance is trying to wrestle with, rough up, and be a little dirty with Tank. Watch. I'm telling y'all. Because he know he has no chance at actually boxing. Tank can fight backing up. Somebody talking about, oh, he on that back foot. He always on the back foot. Tank can fight backing up. He can switch angles too. He's not a switch hitter. But neither is Rolly Romero. And Rolly can't fight backing up. And he's flat-footed. He's flat-footed. He's a banger, a punch. That's all he do. He just come in there and just, Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see on the 28th. He comes in. His chance is gonna be to try to frustrate Gervonta Davis. Grabbing, holding, fighting dirty, using. Watch. But I'm telling y'all, Tank catch him clean with that uppercut. Because, see, it's personal now. Because these two guys really don't like each other. It's not one of them things where after the fight, you're going to see him shaking hands and all that. It's not going to be that. Because Rolly, okay, I get promoting the fight and all of the talking and stuff is part of promoting the fight. I get all that. But you still got to draw the line. There still has to be some respect there. And Rolly is a very ignorant, disrespectful guy. He is. It's one thing to sell a fight, but then it's another thing to be extremely disrespectful because nobody, like he talking all this stuff about Tank and Devin Haney and all these other fighters, but you had these sexual allegation charges. Nobody called him a rapist. You don't hear people talking about, oh man, this boy's scrape artist. He out here catching cases. You know what I mean? He must have paid them girls some hush money and this, that, and the third and all that. You don't hear nobody saying that stuff about him. But yet and still, he try to use the worst thing that he can to try to degrade somebody. It's still a sport. And there still has to be a respect level there. That's why Gervonta Davis wants to really hurt him. And that's why Tank said in one of the press conferences, like, yeah, they do all that talking on Instagram, but when they see us in person, the energy is different. Anytime I'm going to knock you the fuck out. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to knock his little midget ass out. I'm going to knock him out. It's one thing to say it, but it's a lot harder to do it. A lot harder to do it. If he think he gonna be able to go in that ring and walk right over Tank, all they working on is power, 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 power. But I know they probably got some other stuff in there. They probably just using that as part of a psychological ploy to try to make them think, oh, all they focusing on is power, no skill, all blah, 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 blah. You gotta have some boxing in there. You gotta have some kind of skill. And the only reason why Rolly is fighting on pay-per-view is because of who he's fighting. If he was fighting anybody else, he wouldn't be fighting on pay-per-view. And I guarantee you, Rolly's next fight won't be on pay-per-view, but Tank's will. Tank's will. Only way Rolly gonna fight pay-per-view again depends on who he fight. Even if he got to fight with Lomachenko or somebody, he still won't fight pay-per-view then. He making it seem like the fight is on pay-per-view because of him. Tank was already fighting on pay-per-view, dude. Has nothing to do with you. You're getting this moment because of who you're fighting. You're getting the fight on pay-per-view because you're fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. It's not the other way around. And see, and a lot of people haven't even paid attention, to how Gervonta Davis has matured and evolved now as a professional. He understands now. You know what I mean? He understands that he can't play around with this. He's not playing. This is his livelihood. This is his full-time job. And he's treating it and taking care of his body as such. Now, Rolly, he big for 135. He big for a lightweight. He should be fighting at 140, 147. But he ain't going to be able to handle them guys up there. He's not. Skill-wise, Rolly Romero does not have it. Now, y'all can agree, disagree, however y'all feel. Y'all already know. Drop the comments in the comment section below. But don't forget, if you're watching this video for the first time, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Share this video. Pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing. And there was an amateur fighter who I did an interview with a few months ago, Solly Means. He will be making his pro debut July the 9th at the Philadelphia Arena, and in Philadelphia, Swanson and Rittner. So that's what July 9th he will be making his pro debut. So congratulations to Solly Means, and if you're in the tri-state area and if y'all can get here July 9th, please come out and support the youngin. You know, I know he's gonna do his thing. I'm looking forward. I will be there. I'll be in, I'll be in the back in the dressing room, doing some, doing a little interview with him and stuff before he get ready to go out, post and pre-fight. But Gervonta Davis, Rolando Romero, May 28th, pay-per-view. Don't miss it. Let me know what y'all think. I got Tank walking this dude down and stopping him midway or late in the fight. The fight go 12 rounds. The only way this fight go 12 rounds is Rolly Romero is going. He gonna have to be dirty, because if Tank start catching him clean, he's not gonna be able to handle it. What if he catch Tank clean? What if he catch Tank clean? Okay, May 28th, and we gonna see. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, drop the comments in the comments section below. That's all I got for now. We got another one coming soon.